Hello everyone and welcome to Chatterbox Radio Show. My name is Jason Downey.
And I'm Stephen Blower.
And we are here on day 5 of the 2014 Scottish referendum coverage week thing. And we have some results for you. Steve, how you feeling?
Well, let me tell you, I'm a happy man.
Alright. You've heard some news about the results?
I have indeed, and as I predicted, it's a no.
A no vote! Actually, I knew that. I'm just feigning surprise. A no vote. What was the percentage? It was like
55 to 45.
55-45.
Yeah.
And it was, I read it was like 87% of the electorate showed up, which is insane. Like, I don't know what it usually is in England. In America, it's like 50% of people, I guess.
Yeah, it was a very high turnout, but I think that was expected. And, well, what can I say? I'm a very happy man.
Do tell. So you were, despite your lack of personal affection for Scottish traditional haggis, you're happy that the Scots are staying with the UK.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least we're remaining a single country. Well, a united kingdom.
A united kingdom, yes.
So that means that we keep this wonderful flag.
I'm so happy about that.
And this flag, of course, for Scotland. And we can get rid of this abomination.
Of this ghostly concoction. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh, that feels good.
Yes. Now, if we had to have this flag, what would we even call the United Kingdom at this point? We couldn't keep the same name, surely.
That's a good question. Actually, there were some ideas mooted. One was the former United Kingdom.
The former United Kingdom.
Yes, the FUK.
Ah, okay.
Not a particularly...
I bet the Yes Scotland campaign would have quite liked that.
Yeah, I think they might have. Or I was thinking they could have gone for something a little more up-to-date, a la Prince, with the country formerly known as the UK. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue like TAFCAP. I'm not quite sure how you would pronounce it, but
yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful as an acronym goes, but okay.
Yeah. So, but luckily, we don't have to do any of that.
We are safe. The country, the kingdom remains united, and I guess we can move forward pretty smoothly. You don't expect any huge backlash from the Yes campaign, do you?
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I think, certainly, Mr. Salmond is saying that the people have made their choice. It was a straight yes-no vote. The majority have voted to stay in the United Kingdom, and I think everyone will stick by that. There will be some disappointed people, but I think, everyone agreed to it's going to be a yes-no, and it's a no.
Okay.
So, did you see Mr. Cameron's speech?
I did indeed.
What did you think?
I was, I don't watch a lot of David Cameron's speeches as a rule, but
I don't blame you.
He seemed pretty, level-headed about the thing. It was a very political speech. He dropped the word "our United Kingdom" instead of "the United Kingdom." Enough for it to be very noticeable. Yeah,
actually, I must say I noticed that as well. It was like our this, our that, our United Kingdom all the time. Yeah, I think he was trying to be ultra inclusive.
Yeah. He, as well he should be, because his at one point in the speech he congratulated the Yes camp on a sort of a well-fought campaign, but it wasn't. That was putting it mildly. That was an extremely well put together piece of political tactic, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the No campaign, the Better Together campaign, so to speak, was really sort of on the ball only the last week before the referendum. And so to congratulate the Yes campaign on a job well done is understating it, I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
In private, David Cameron was probably like, "Oh God, thank you. I still have a political career." Yeah,
I think if that had gone the other way, he would have been out of a job pretty swiftly
by now. Yeah. So, what does this mean for the rest of Europe at large? We were talking on Monday about Catalonia and Venice and some places in Europe that are thinking about independence.
Well, even though we're in Japan, I think I heard a big sigh of relief from Spain all the way out here. And probably Belgium and northern Italy. I think they'll all be very, very happy that they don't have to face their separatist groups and say, okay, Scotland did it,
they can
but
do it.
you can't.
Yeah.
So now I think they can sort of go out and say, look, nobody wants to be separate. Everybody wants to be inclusive, so keep your noise down.
Yeah. We still won't let you vote for it, but trust us that we still think it's a bad idea. I'm not a political scientist, and I don't study very much about this stuff. But as I was saying on Monday, I quite like the idea of Scottish independence in a very abstract, emotional way. Being an American, having watched Braveheart, that's about the extent of my knowledge. But on the other hand, my limited knowledge of European history, there's this image floating around of a family that sort of, after a big fight, they get along for a while until they slowly get on each other's nerves again and start, punching the crap out of each other. And, we created the United Nations after World War II, and it's been working fine. But with the thing going on in eastern Ukraine now, and of course all these separatist movements and stuff, I was a little bit nervous that the peaceful separatist movement in Scotland would be the beginning of a snowball effect that would, end in something terrible.
Yep, but, hopefully that isn't going to happen. The snowball hasn't been made.
Thank you, Scotland.
Yes, thank you very much to the people of Scotland for voting no, those of you who did vote no. And those of you who voted yes, well, let's get along together in our UK.
Well, not mine. I'm United Statesian, but still. That was the nice thing about this whole campaign was that. Well, okay, so I'm saying this from Japan. I have no idea what it was like on the street, but the whole campaign seemed very civilized, right? Scotland had a couple of very good arguments for independence, but it didn't seem as if they were being oppressed by the British. There was annoying tax laws and a lack of. Wait a minute. Is the UK doing
something
okay?
Just happened?
Yeah, I'll check the news after this video. And lack of political representation in London. Except it's not an authoritarian. Dictatorship in London anyways. They're devolving a lot of powers to the Scottish Parliament. So.
Yeah, I think that's, over the past few years, more and more powers have been devolved to Scotland, and obviously in the run-up to this vote, there have been more promises made, certainly in the last week, they've been out there promising this, that and the other. So I think, the Scottish people are now going to get the best of both worlds. They will get all of the, devolved powers that were promised to them. Plus, they're still part of the UK, so they get the support of being in the UK. I think they're in for a good time.
All right. Well, it sounds good. It's been a very interesting and exciting week politically, so thank you for tuning in. And I guess we will see you next week here on Chatterbox Radio Show.
All right. See you next week.